Hey everybody, this is Dave coming to you from the Gaming Cave. Today we're going to do and open the box of Point Blank V is for Victory from Lock and Load Publishing. I did the Kickstarter on this and I finally got it. So let's see. Point Blank V is for Victory is Lock and Load Publishing's tactical World War II squad level card war game for 1 to 2 players, either against one another or using our Solitaire module, which I'll be using. The game pits Allied forces from the US, UK, Canada, and the French resistance against the many different branches of the German armed forces on the Western Front in 1944. We're going to read everything. You can play on their map board or without the map board on any tabletop surface. So once you get used to how the cards lay, you don't have to have the actual map board anymore. Gameplay is made up of terrain cards in the game and managed through a distance system that accounts for the range to targets, line of sight, and defensive attributes. All right. And the unique card deck system used in Point Blank V is for Victory never leaves players waiting for cards to conduct actions. As players change terrain, they will draw a terrain card in which their moving units will occupy. Some action cards, such as Recon, help players manage what terrain they occupy, but your opponent may have other plans for your moving troops during their turn. All right, so complexity down here. Let's see, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of 10. Solitaire is 10 of 10. 119 mini cards, 698 poker size cards. 132 by 38 2-piece map. 1 set of core rules manual. 1 scenario module rules manual. Okay. They have some double-sided player aids, counter sheets, and a couple of dice. All right. So let's open this thing up and let's see what we got. All right. So we got the shrink wrap off, and this is a big box, and it's hefty. All during the Kickstarter, when they started printing, they were sending us videos to show us how the printing was going. Now the first thing here is the module rules and scenarios, and here's the core rules. But what I bought as part of this is the companion book, spiral bound. So I want to take a look at it. I bought this because when I'm thumbing through these rules, it's kind of hard when you got them bound sometimes to get where we're trying to go. So here's the companion book. And so Point Blank V is for Victory, scenario overviews, course and ad, order of battles. So these are the different scenarios. Okay, so that's my companion book. Let's see, let's set this over here. Set this off to the side. We have the core rules, version 1.0. Nice glossy paper, nice heavy. Again, it shows blank core rules, marker cards, how to count the sectors, spend and discard actions. There's just a ton of rules for this game. The rule book, this rule book comes in at a hefty 95 pages all the way back to the credits. So there's a lot there, a lot of pictures, a lot of examples. Print's nice size. And then we have the module rules and scenarios version 1.0. And I believe somewhere in here we'll find there's the scenarios. Yep. Okay. Here's the map boards. So let's take a look at this. I want to kind of get a feel for the size of these. I've been seeing them on video, but I want to see what they look like when we lay them out here. See how well they're going to fit on my table. They're wider than my table, that's for sure. So, whoo, look at this. I mean, I need a ping pong table for this. If you're gonna lay it completely out, but I can get it on there, the 4 columns right there, if I need to. And then you also have the other page that's gonna go with them. And again, you can fold it however you need to fold it. This way. Well, this one goes probably like this. Yeah. So it will fit on my table like this. 1, 2, 3, 4 wide. If I have to go 5 wide, I'm going to have to devise something different. So you can see it's a pretty good size mat board. But you're playing with cards on there, and it takes a lot to get them down there. A lot of creases here we got to kind of smooth out, let it sit out a little bit, let it get flattened out some, being folded up in the box. We have counter sheets. They're in a Ziploc bag, so let's see what we got. I can get my fingers to work. Okay. Nice big counters. Only two sheets of counters. You can see they're popping out already. Actually, these corners are really good. I don't think I'm going to have to do any corner cutting. That's nice. So you can see different sector markers. Moving, they're 2-sided, spotted, melee overrun, shaken, flanking. Whoops, popped one out already. Markers. So there's 2 sheets of counters, not too bad. And then we have a bunch of player aids. This one's the Solo Flowchart 04A. And Solo Player Aid 04B. So we have all these for the Solo. Chart 01A, 01B, Point Blank Player Aid 04B. So some of these are going to be for the 2-player, I'm sure. 05, 03B Solo Flowchart 03A. Point Blank Player Aid 01A, 01B, Solo 2B, so obviously 2A, and then we have Point Blanks 3A, 3B, and 2A, 2B. But we'll see how these work. So we have 2, 3, 4, 2-sided, so it makes for 8 charts for the Solo. And then over here we also have these tables, which are phases of the game, firing tables, miscellaneous tables, hero abilities. I'm sure all these are going to count in there too. Okay, you know what I think is really cool is most games don't give you this, but they actually gave us holders for all our cards. We have our leader cards here, smoke, 2 die, 2 6-sided die, a gray and a green if we need it. We have our cards. My knife. Let's go ahead and take a look, see what we got. So these count as your dice. So you have dice, and you have symbols up here, meaning different things. I'll have to get these really shuffled really good, so they get mixed up really well. Thank goodness I have a card shuffler that I can do this in. So I can do a shuffle, then shuffle them a couple times. It doesn't bend them up or anything. So we have that deck. We have a second deck, just like that. This one. Yeah, so we have the player cards, and then we're going to get into terrain cards, bocage, brush, clear, a lot of clear, ton of clear, hill, which have defensive measures and line of sight, if they're blocked or not, mines, road, stone walls. So you can see there's most of this deck is terrain. And then this deck here has something different going on in it. So this one, terrain, about half of it's terrain. And then we get probably, not sure what the difference is when they get green like this, what to see. Supply drops, the orchard, these could be objectives. Artillery, that's what they look like to me, like an objective that you have to get to. All right, then we got these are German vehicles, Martyrs, Stug 3, Panthers, Tigers, trucks, half-tracks, anti-tank guns, 50 millimeter 88s, Panzer 3s, Panzer 4s, 7.92 millimeter machine guns, 50 millimeter mortars. Keep going through here, Fallschirmjäger, then your half squads, infantry squads, half infantry squads. So there's a lot of Germans in there. Then we have our second line squads, SS squads, half squads, Luftwaffe squads, and half squads, of course, armored cars, Jagdpanther, Hetzers, and then we get into some of the Americans, starting with the M4A1, M5A1, M10s, which are anti-tanks, M18s, M4s, M3A2s, half-tracks. So a lot of, again, a lot of vehicles. Let's keep looking. Still with the U.S. tanks, M4A38s, M8s, M5s, anti-tank guns, 57 millimeters, 60 millimeter mortar, 81 millimeter mortar, second line squads, half squads, airbornes, half squads, infantry squads. Here's your partisans for the French. They're in there. And one more of these. M36, M20s. Here's your UK, looks like, parachute squads, infantry squads, Cromwells, Fireflies, then we get through them, we have the Canadians. So we have some Canadians. I have an Otter, Vickers. So a few different weapons there. So that's interesting. So we can play the US, we can play the Brits, we can play the Canadians. And then the last deck was the leader cards. And looks like special cards, maybe. So we have leaders, Germans, US, med kits, bazookas. So we got a lot of equipment here, satchel charges. The Rhino. If we get into the British, there's their leaders, some of their special equipment, and then the Canadians, same thing, special equipment, and then some more of the French, some German equipment, med kits, and fire and smoke markers. All right, man, that's a ton of stuff in this game. So I got a lot of reading to do. Probably watch some videos, see how everything's going, and then we'll we'll see where we're at. All right, I think that's it for this. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you've got the game. If you haven't, maybe by the time we get done playing it, you'll pick it up too. But in the meantime, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. All right, have a good one.